you guys are into outdoor stuff, hiking, kayaking, shooting, fishing, a lot of fishing out there, definitely got to check out Princeton. Nice town. Michael, stay safe. I know you're out there fighting those fires. Appreciate all your efforts. We also stopped by Stratus out in Hope. Met with Sandy, Clinton, and Gordon. Really good guys. Really nice shop out there just off the highway, so the guys are passing through or in Hope. Beautiful selection, new stuff, all the coils and stuff you need. Yeah, it was really good. It's really good seeing all the people out in these small towns and get a chance to get out there because, I mean, BC's so beautiful when we get a chance to explore.
And the drive was amazing. Oh my god, the drive was amazing. We went up there yesterday morning. When we left here, it was a little bit drizzly. But by the time we hit the highway, it was gorgeous.
Like, it seemed like the smoke was really close.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. It was really nice, actually. And it's so therapeutic to just go in the mountains and just drive in the mountains. It was sick. It was sick.
Well, what's happening this weekend? Lucky 8.
4th year anniversary.
Yep, it's really cool for us too because they were actually one of our first customers, them Digital Vapor, back in 2014. And yeah, 4 years ago, they started shortly after they picked us up, so we're really proud of them, and it feels great to see them, prospering with 2 stores now, Vancouver, Richmond, killing it.
Oh, and then coming up, coming out in 2 weeks, Juice Jam out in Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there holding down the fort. So it's going to be myself, but I'm still going to be armed and dangerous with all the goodies. Going to be sampling the Strawlin and Jangle Chill for you those who didn't get to try it. Also, we're going to have some of our other most popular, showing the Salt Nicks as well.
It's going to be a blast. I was there 2 years ago, Juice Jam. That was a lot of fun. It was really hot. I still remember that. It was so damn hot. And we didn't have a tent to, for shade. I was just like, the back of my head was like,
So China tariffs, I think everyone's been hearing about that stuff for the last little while. We definitely like to hear some thoughts from our viewers, but what do you think is going to happen to the e-cig industry? We bring us so much stuff from China.
Yeah, that's what I'm really curious about, how this stuff's going to hash out. I mean, I know with the whole U.S. international relations, there's been a lot of threats, so we'll see what actually happens. But a reality is that if Chinese tariffs are going to be implemented, then vaping products, your devices, smoke, everything comes out of China for the most part. I imagine that's going to go up. So, especially with hardware, I think that's going to be more detrimental, being thin on the margins for the shops and some of the issues. So, I don't know. The other thing is other opportunities do arise with these tariffs. So it should be interesting what potentially could happen. But I think it's still a little too rudimentary to come to any too many conclusions.
And it's like what we were talking about earlier, is that like the U.S. is such a mess. They have so much random shit going on because they have so many levels of bureaucracy. Like we're dealing with right now, the Washington State, because they want a special registration, even though, according to FDA and the government and everything, we're okay as suppliers, but then the state themselves has their own requirements, and then, it can even come down to the county level. You can have laws that come out or write requirements at the county level. Like I know in California, there's a couple counties that are trying to ban flavors, and then there's also a couple counties that have implemented crazy taxes. California, I'm pretty sure a lot of the state has a crazy
Oregon,
tax.
California.
Well, they have a huge tax on e-juice, so what they're doing over there is that they're taxing it at the source and selling it to their own, pretty much to their own distros, that like, let's say $1, taxing it there and then kind of selling it out from there. And so when we're dealing with shops over there, the number one question they always ask is that taxes in? Because they want to make sure it's already taken care of. Because the state themselves or the county will come and start knocking on the door.
BC, the only thing that we really have that's different is that we have $10 windows, 2 people vaping in a store at once. Small things. Unfortunately, for our French Canadians in Quebec, that's another story. You can't even sample, you can't do anything. You can't even have a Facebook page for your store. So, I mean, these kind of multi-level bureaucracies and I find it so ridiculous.
At least in the U.S., it takes them 10 years to build a road, because that's go through all these approvals, all these chains of command, and all this stuff. So, yeah, it does make life difficult.
It's interesting to see the pros and cons with all these different things, because it's always a balance. And so especially in the States, you get the real big struggle between capitalism and socialism, and they're constantly clashing. And, and then that's why you get this big mess of what it is. Because because you have aspects of the government that wants it to be socialist, you have aspects of people, and then you have people that want it to be fully capitalist. And so you have these, like Trump is always trying to squish what the FDA is pushing, and FDA is trying to push stuff to protect the public, and they all kind of have their things. And then of course add another layer of complexity with everyone's ulterior motives and all.
In October and November, the Levango squad is going to be out in the UK. We got the Birmingham convention, probably one of the biggest conventions. I think it is the biggest convention in UK at least. It's massive, like humongous. If you guys were at CVE, just picture that, but like 7 times bigger.
I think that's pretty conservative, 7 times for
7
Toronto.
At least, I think it was like 10-15 minutes to walk across that place.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
2 to 3 weeks after, we are going to be attending the conference. I think it's also Next Gen Nicotine Delivery.
I believe it was.
And that's going to be, where is it, London?
That was
It's
in London.
Okay, so that should be in London. So that should be really cool, really informative. Major players in the vape industry are going to be there. People from the tobacco industry are going to be there. It's going to be cool. We're going to meet a lot of interesting people. We'll definitely give you guys a shout. Sadiq here is going to be giving a talk as well. Why don't you give a little explanation about the talk you're giving at the conference?
Yeah, so in April when we were out there in Atlanta, I gave a talk on ERP systems for the e-cig industry, and one of the big things is that with this being such a new industry, every industry has their software, has their different ways of doing things, and this industry doesn't. And that was one of the big challenges that we had at the beginning coming in, is that the lack of software adds a layer of complexity, because this industry is already crazy, and without the proper software assisting with production and inventory management, it gets out of control. Yeah, so I talked in April about kind of like our insights on what we did and how we created additional software to complement software that's already out there. And so in November, I'm going to kind of continue on that and show more about real life examples of how it has helped us and aspects that we have implemented that has shown a direct ROI. A lot of the people that we're talking to about this, they're kind of wondering, like, okay, yeah, I know ERP system, blah, blah, blah. How will this impact my life?
Yeah.
Is it worth the money? You're talking about buying a software that's potentially going to cost me at least 100, 200 grand from start to finish in terms of implementation and
your time,
execution.
yeah.
But there's things you can't even quantify the savings. It's like you go for us, and it's tough to quantify, but we're going to use real cases. So for example, we used to have in the lab like 17, 18 employees maybe 2 years ago. After we've completed all of our software changes and all the systems and everything, I'd say we have about 7, 8 people on full-time staff.
And that's just from software changes and obviously a few, like a little bit of machinery, but mostly from software changes. And we're doing much more sales than we did like a year or 2 years ago. It's just like the efficiency is so much higher.
Yeah. No, it's